Alrighty, folks, here we are live at the Five Flag Speedway, ready for race number 11 of 12 for the LTP iRacing League Street Stock Showdown. These drivers qualifying right now. Everybody getting their best qualifying laps in right now. Austin Godfrey at the top spot in the number one machine. A 17:91 first lap time for the one of Austin Godfrey. Brandon Elvis second in the 54 machine, makes it P1 on lap number 2. Brandon Elvis jumps up to the top spot. Move Elvis to P1 with a 17:87. Very close on the lap times right there between those two. As we'll see who else is qualifying right now. There we go. We got everybody's number the way it's supposed to be. Zach Murphy, lap number 2 across the line right there. Completes his qualifying run. Stays in that third position. Ryan Hufford making his qualifying efforts in the 83. Hufford, the driver out of Schoolcraft, Michigan. He comes into this evening 12th in the point standings, just 10 points back from the 10th spot. Would like to break into the top 10 before the end of the season. Right now, 9th in qualifying. Gets a little bit sideways, spins it around off the exit to turn 4. Locks it down, he'll pull to the bottom of the racetrack. Our next qualifier, Justin Elvis, in the 44 machine. Making his second start. First start was last week at the Southern National Motorsports Park. Justin ended up inside the top 10, finished in the 9th spot. We'll see what he can do here this evening. As the white flag right there for Justin Elvis. Lap number 1, 12th quick with an 18:64. P12 for Justin Elvis on the first lap time, the driver that calls Myrtle Beach, South Carolina home. As the checkered flag flies right there. Lap number 2 complete. Picks it up, but still in that 12th position. So Elvis will roll off 12th. We have 14 cars that have taken time. 17 cars have entered for the event. We'll see who all takes the green flag. But qualifying comes to an end. We'll talk to Brandon Elvis, our pole sitter, or our fast qualifier here tonight. Talked to him earlier on before the race. He won last week at the Southern National Motorsports Park, picked up his second victory of the season. Up into the broadcast booth. Brandon, you got a copy?
Hey, man.
Alrighty, well, won last week. You have a good streak going, or a good run this week so far. You picked up the win Monday night. Just shy of the win last night. What can you do here from the pole position, or actually you're going to be rolling off second, but from the front row, what can you do in this 50-lap event?
Truth be told, I kind of wanted to top on the start of the race here, so I guess qualifying on the pole would have been then worked my way. So see if it'll work out in a race. Really just keep from letting it get loose off the on corner exit. We're pretty hammered down in these things. No, really little to no brake and not much off throttle time. So maybe we can be there at the end.
Yeah, definitely going to have to be there at the end. Not a lot of off-throttle time, high corner speeds. You know what that can equal sometimes, but hopefully we can keep a clean field and you guys can have a good battle for the win. It looked close in qualifying. Hopefully it's close in the race, but nonetheless, good luck to you, Brandon, starting in the second spot.
Yep, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We'll get our qualifying results pulled up on screen right here. Brandon Elvis on the top spot. Austin Godfrey second in the 8 machine. In the 1 machine. Zach Murphy in the 3rd spot. He finished 3rd last race for the mini stock series right there. A little bit ago. Finished 3rd at Kern. See what he can do in the street stocks. Brady Cox won at Kern in the mini stock division. We'll see if he has anything here in the street stock showdown. But the checkered flag flies on our warm-up session. We'll get the results off of our screen. And we will get our starting lineup pulled up right here. Austin Godfrey going to roll off on the pole in the number 1 machine. Brandon Elvis going to start to his outside in the 54. Zach Murphy will start 3rd in the 29. Brady Cox, your mini stock winner here tonight, he's going to roll off 4th. Nicholas Walthorn making his first start in the Leave the Pack iRacing League. He'll start 5th in the 84 machine. And he's got the 222, your pole sitter for the mini stock Madness Series. He'll start 6th. Brad Carpenter in the 31. He's going to roll off 7th with Tyler Smith to his outside in the 40 machine. Then it's Ryan Hufford in the 9th spot and Trey Ashworth in the 8 machine. He'll roll off 10th. Back behind them, Zane Bierman going to roll off 11th next to Justin Elvis in the 44. Brandon Groover making his first start in the Street Stock Showdown. He'll start 13th with Brad Slagle to his outside in the 052. Out back, a couple of drivers that were not able to get a qualifying run in. Ryman Castle, Travis Wright, and Kyle Heintzelman all not able to make the call here this evening. So we will have 2 laps of pacing before we send this field to the green. So the field making their way down the back straightaway. Going to get the 1 to go signal this time by. Who is your pick, folks? Put it down in the chat below. Who do you want to win? Chris Smith wants the Elvis brothers to do good in this one. Who do you, the rest of the viewers down in the chat below, have for this race? White flag, 1 more lap until we send them. Green flag racing here at 5 Flags. It has been a fun season so far. Getting ready to kick off the second to last race of the season. Next week, we wrap things up at Lanier. But the field is down the back straightaway in the hands of Austin Godfrey, your pole sitter here this evening. Elvis, your fast qualifier, going to start to his outside right door. And the pace car is off. The field makes their way through the restart zone, and we are underway here at 5 Flags. Down into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Austin Godfrey going to peek out to the early advantage. Elvis going to slip into second behind him. Here comes Zach Murphy trying to take away the second spot early. He's in the 3rd spot. He's got Brady Cox to his back bumper. Leader of lap number 1 going to be the number 1 machine of Austin Godfrey. Godfrey takes the top spot early. We've got a battle for the 5th spot out back. Brad Carpenter in the 31 spins on the back straightaway. Carpenter around on the exit of turns 1 and 2. The green flag's going to stay out, but we are still underway. 3 laps in. Your front 2 have kind of checked out from Zach Murphy and Brady Cox. Cox on the inside of Murphy right here, trying to take away that 3rd spot here early on. Murphy trying to make that outside lane work in the 29, the driver that calls Oakland, Maine home. Trying to pick up his 2nd victory of the season has not gone to victory lane since race number 4 at the Langley Speedway. We'd like to return. We'll see if he can do that here tonight at the Five Flags Speedway. This looks like Murphy gonna still be able to hold on to the 3rd spot. Up front, Austin Godfrey smooth sailing right here in the 1 machine, trying to keep that 54 at bay. They've got a pretty good gap to 2nd and 3rd. You see Cox just really putting the pressure on the 29 of Zach Murphy. As, ooh, look at Elvis right there, loose off the exit of 4. Don't want to push these cars too early and too fast. They will punish you on the long run. Tires very important here in the Street Stock Showdown. You got to keep that car fast and up front till the end. The field starting to get a little spread out here. Battle for the 6th spot. Might be starting to heat up. Tyler Smith on the back bumper of Jeremiah Woods in the 222 machine. They enter turns 3 and 4 right there. Back in the 7th position. So far, biggest mover in this one, Brad Slagle, up 4 spots from 14th up into the top 10 in the 10th spot. Up front, Austin Godfrey, though, still your race leader. Elvis right there on the back bumper trying to build up a run, but he's kind of lost a little bit of ground. Last time, fastest car on the racetrack was your front 2 cars, very similar lap times. But still only 10 laps into this one. A long 40 laps to go. Is Godfrey still your race leader? Moving the field down the back straightaway. Big spread. Everybody a little bit different on pace here tonight. This big half mile getting some of the drivers a chance to really stretch their legs. Let's look at the battle for the 5th spot right here. Jeremiah Woods all over the back bumper of Nicholas Walthorn. A little bit of a shot to the back bumper right there through the center of turns 1 and 2. Woods had a good run in the mini stock race earlier on. Ooh, everybody sideways out of turns 3 and 4 right there. Everybody able to hang on to it, but these cars do not look very stable here tonight. You look out back. Brad Slagle trying to get to the inside of Trey Ashworth. Move him up to the 9th spot. 052 definitely has some speed here tonight that he did not get in qualifying. Starting to move his way forward. Zane Meerman in the 55 machine. He's currently in the 11th spot. Ooh, Ashworth into the wall. Move Bierman up into 10th. Still looking to battle for the 6th spot right here. Tyler Smith thought about taking a run to the inside. Just wasn't able to get the momentum. Like we heard Brandon Elvis say, just high-speed corners. Not a lot of opportunity for these guys to get into the break. But with that high-speed corner, you're going to burn up the tire quick. And you're going to lose a lot of speed quick. So throughout the course of this race, we're definitely going to see some fall-off. If we see guys get loose like this, we'll definitely see fall off at a more extreme level. You get loose up off the corner, it overheats these tires very quickly. As Tyler Smith now trying to get around Nicholas Walthorn. Woods was able to get around for the 5th spot. Tyler Smith trying to move up into the 6th position. As back up front we go. Austin Godfrey, your race leader. Brandon Elvis in the 2nd spot. Zach Murphy running 3rd. Brady Cox runs 4th. And Jeremiah Woods Jr. rounds out your top 5. We're going to take a quick step away here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back in just a moment. But you're not going to miss a thing because we will go WD Broadcasting Network side by side. Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the WD Broadcasting Network. Caution flag is out for this reason right here. Trey Ashworth in the 8 machine was battling with the 44 of Justin Elvis. Got loose up off the corner right there. Luckily, I think everybody else able to get around. The 31 of Carpenter had a near miss moment right there up off the corner. We'll go on board from Brad Carpenter. Big miss right there you saw on screen. But the yellow flag is back out for the first time here tonight. Austin Godfrey in the 1 machine, I think having connection troubles. Lost the race lead. He's down in the pits. Not sure what has happened to the 21. And I think a technical issue has ensued for the 1 machine of Austin Godfrey. A tough break right there. Not what he wanted to see, as he was leading out in front of Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine. Zach Murphy going to get the 2nd spot. Elvis going to be your race leader. Brady Cox in the 3rd position. But I think the field going to get the 1 to go signal right here. Tough break for Godfrey in the 1 machine. The official word is connection issues. Elvis going to take the top spot. Has a trouble getting them lined up right there. As I think everybody lined up the correct way now, and everybody's ready to go green flag racing down the back straightaway. The lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. The field heading through turns 3 and 4. They're going to make their way through the iRacing restart zone, and we'll follow them with the drone into turns 1 and 2. Zach Murphy in the 29 trying to get down right there, but the 76 of Brady Cox was right there. You see him racing to turns 3 and 4 side by side, 2 by 2. Through the center of the corner. Murphy tried to get down where he thought there was room, but there just was not enough for that 29 to get down to the bottom side. He's battling with Brady Cox for the 2nd position. This is just what Brandon Elvis wanted to see after that restart. As the 29 of Murphy holding them very tight. Big sideways moment there as more contact on the front straightaway. We've got 18 laps to go. The 29 of Murphy really having to wrestle that race car up off the corner. Here comes Tyler Smith in the 40 machine trying to take over the 3rd spot. Smith down low. He gets tagged down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Caution flag's going to be out. I think there might have been contact right there off the front bumper of Jeremiah Woods in the 222 machine. We'll get another look at what happened, but you see the damage on the 40 of Tyler Smith. Likely not going to be able to compete after that one. But we'll get the view right here up off the corner. Looks like the 40 car just got loose and didn't look like there was anywhere for the 222 to go. We'll go on board with Woods for another look at this one. Yeah, Woods got out of the gas right there, but just nowhere for him to go. The 40 way sideways up off the corner. And that puts us under yellow for the second time here tonight. But that's going to re-rack and restack your field. We've got 35 laps in. We'll have 15 to go when we get back around right here. Sorry, 14 to go when we get back around right here. But a fun race so far. Austin Godfrey led up until that connection issue. Now it's Brandon Elvis at the front of the field. The light's still on the iRacing.com pace car. Getting the one to go signal this time by. Just realized you guys have not had access to iRacing sound. We'll go ahead and give you guys that. I do apologize about the mess up right there. Did not see your guys' sound was off. But we've got it back. And we're going to be able to hear the next 15 laps. As we have now 12 cars on the lead lap. Trey Ashworth in the 8 machine got the lucky dog. He's got the front bumper back on that race car, so that's good as well. But the field going to double up. As the field going to come around right here. They're doubled up. Brandon Elvis has chose that inside line. Lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. That last caution flag, initially Elvis chose the outside line, but then when race control turned the lights back on, the pace car ended up switching back down to the bottom. We'll see what the bottom can do right here, but the lights are off one more time on the iRacing.com pace car. Field is going to work their way through turns 3 and 4 through the restart zone, and we are back racing. As Brandon Elvis right here takes the field to the green. 11 laps to go. Zach Murphy trying to take over the second spot. Him and Brady Cox battled that last restart for the second position. Murphy trying to take it back. Both cars loose up off the corner. Murphy's going to have the advantage at the stripe. Kind of uses up a little bit more real estate down in turns 1 and 2. Takes that line away, and he's going to be safely into the second position. What can he do? And can he track down Brandon Elvis, your race leader? Meanwhile, Jeremiah Woods in the 222 machine, driving up to the inside of Brady Cox, trying to get back-to-back podium finishes. He finished second earlier tonight. Trying to get back onto the podium here into the street stock division. There's a little bit of contact between the two, and Woods is going to go around. Woods in the 222 machine just could not keep that car off the right or the left side door of Brady Cox, and he went around. We'll go back and take another look at what happened. But into turns 3 and 4, yeah, just up the racetrack. The 76 of Cox was holding him down very tight. Nearly another incident right there up off the corner. Elvis and Ashworth were making contact. Justin Elvis, that is. But the caution flag is back out here. As the field is going to come back to, I believe, the 2 to go signal. 2 laps to go for your field before you send them back green. 6 laps to go in the race. So far in this one, we've had 3 caution flags. Still 13 cars on the lead lap now. A couple guys able to get their lap back from these 3 caution flags. As the field gets the 5 to go signal right there. They're going to come back to the 1 to go, I believe, right here. Field going to double up. We'll see what lane Brandon Elvis elects to choose. As the field going to get the 1 to go signal right here. We will get the 1 to go signal. Brandon Elvis going to line up on the inside next to Zach Murphy. He's got Brady Cox back behind him in the 3rd spot. To his outside, Nicholas Walthorn making his first start to lead the Pack iRacing League. He starts 4th on this restart. What can he do? Green flag is back out. Elvis goes early in the zone. A good start for Brady Cox. What can he do in the 76 machine? He's right there on the back bumper of the 54. Going to try and get clear of that 29. He does down the back straightaway. 3 laps to go. Coming back to the popsicle sticks. Up in the air. 2 to go. At the line for Brandon Elvis. Trying to hang on for his 2nd victory in a row. It'd be his 3rd win of the season, but he has got Brady Cox all over the back bumper. What can Brady Cox do? He's got a couple more tries here. The white flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Final time around here at 5 flags. Brady Cox all over the back bumper of Brandon Elvis, just trying everything he can do to get a run built up. He's loose off the final corner. Into turn 3 for a final time. Brady Cox drives it in there very hard. Both drivers loose up off the corner, but it's going to be Brandon Elvis winning back-to-back in the 2024 Street Stock Showdown. Brandon Elvis picks up his 2nd victory in a row. Actually, the exact same top 3 we had last week. Brady Cox comes home 2nd, and Zach Murphy comes home 3rd. But we'll take a quick step away as Elvis going to burn it down and take his victory lap around this 5 flag speedway. But we'll take a quick step away here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We're going to wrap it up when we return. But nonetheless, Brandon Elvis, your race winner. Zach Murphy 2nd, Brady Cox 2nd. And Zach Murphy comes home 3rd. We'll take a quick step away, be right back in just one moment on the WD Broadcasting Network. Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the WD Broadcasting Network, ready to grab a word from our top 3 finishers and wrap things up from the 5 flag speedway. We'll start with our 3rd place finisher up into the broadcast booth. Finished 3rd in the mini stock series here tonight. Going to come home 3rd in the Street Stock Showdown. Up into the broadcast booth, Zach Murphy, you got a copy.
I got you, bud.
Alrighty, well, I talked to you earlier on. You came home 3rd in the mini stock division. Carried that momentum over into tonight's Street Stock Showdown race at the 5 Flag Speedway. Ended up in the 3rd spot. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel like we probably could have clawed the 2nd there if we didn't have that last restart. But yeah, happy to bring it home in one piece and be on the podium once again, for sure.
Yeah, definitely a good run. Actually, the same top 3 as last week. You Brady and Brandon all finishing in the exact same spots too. The victory lane photo is going to be real easy this week. Just kidding, of course, but nonetheless, great run. Who do you have to thank for this third place finish?
Yeah, same people we thanked earlier. Got to thank Whitney Automotive. Got to thank Justin over at Coleman Designs. Going to thank Brad down at Race Room 3, and thank the wife for letting me come down and do this. And
Alrighty,
Winston, I got to thank you for the great league and the great broadcast. I forgot that. I usually throw that in there. So.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the appreciation. It's good to have you here in the Lead the Pack iRacing League. Zach, definitely a fun competitor. I'm cheering for you on the sideline, trying to get you back into victory lane. But nonetheless, third place run here tonight. We have one more race left in the Street Stock Showdown. How you feel about Lanier?
Yeah, Lanier. I was wondering where we were going. It's a good track for me. So hopefully we can get out front and keep the nose clean. And yeah, hopefully we can get back in victory lane. I feel like we have the speed. We just gotta put it all together one of these weeks, like we did earlier in the year.
Yes, sir.
Stick a run in
definitely.
just top 3. Seeing that
Yeah.
54 win, that's a good. Congratulations to Brandon on the win. But as you know, I run with him quite a bit, and he picks up plenty of those. So
Yeah, definitely no stranger.
29 in there.
Yeah, you got to get the 29 up in there before the end of the season. You've got a couple more shots. Even the mini stock series runs after the Street Stock Showdown is completion, so that should be fun. Hopefully we can see you there. But regardless, congratulations to you, Zach, on your third place finish of the night.
Thank you, bud. You take care.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks. That was your third place finisher, Zach Murphy. We'll grab a word from our second place finisher now. He won earlier on in the Mini Stock Madness Series. He comes home second in the Street Stock Showdown. Brady Cox, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, well, you started in the 4th spot here tonight. Got up into the 3rd spot early, and you battled with Zach Murphy on a couple of those restarts very, very hard. Got clear of him on that last one, and just maybe a couple laps shy of getting around Brandon there.
Yeah, I might have, if I didn't choke that one corner with 1 or 2 to go, I might have been able to get Brandon, but he's too nice of a guy to want to move out of the way, so I probably would just settle for second.
Yeah, definitely hard to move a guy out of the way if they race with class. Everybody wants to move that one guy out of the way that runs his mouth, talks a little bit of smack. Nobody has a problem moving that guy, but you got to know who you're moving and can't race everybody the same way, if you know what I'm saying. Nonetheless, though, still a great run for you in the 2nd spot. Backed up your victory earlier on in the Mini Stock Series. Good points run for you here tonight. Who do you have to thank help get you this podium in the Street Stock Series?
Once again, I got to thank you for hosting the league and broadcasting this. Got to thank my dad for watching again. My buddy Justin spotting me this race. He did a hell of a job. And then Justin Brooks for making this beautiful scheme. Cooking Cars Racing, Victory Media, and everybody that watched this and had a good time.
Alrighty, well, we've got one more race left in the Street Stock Showdown. We head to Lanier next week. What do you feel about that track?
I don't know. It's a lot of left turns. It's not a lot of straightaway speed, so you gotta really be on your game to save tire there. I'm hit or miss there, so I don't know, but I don't think I'm anywhere near the championship fight. But if I can finish top 3, I'll be happy.
Alrighty, well, we know your goals heading into next week. We'll see what you can do, but regardless, congratulations on your victory earlier on and your second place run here in the Street Stock Showdown.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was Brady Cox, driver of the number 76 machine. And now we talked to him earlier on this evening. He qualified on the pole, got the Fast Qualifier Award. He comes home in victory lane. Brandon Elvis, you get a copy.
Hey, man. Did you get Zach?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got Zach.
I missed it.
Alrighty. But regardless, victory for you here tonight. 2 in a row. You kind of went on a drought there through the middle of the season. Now you're back in a winning fashion, picks up your 2nd victory in a row in the Street Stock Showdown. How do you feel?
Pretty good, man. We were just kind of just pacing right there at the beginning of the race and kind of letting Austin use his stuff up a little bit. Then right before that caution came out, we mowed him back down pretty quick and was going for the lead there. And then the caution came out. And then he, I guess, lagged out, which is really unfortunate. I hate that to happen to anybody. Sucks for him, but it worked out for me. It gave me the lead, and we were able to maintain, really bust off some good laps there at the end.
Yeah, definitely got the 54 machine out front when it mattered, and held on to the race lead. Brady Cox put up a hell of a fight there on that final restart, but you were able to keep the top spot and come home with your third victory of the season. Who do you have to thank, Brandon, that helps get you on or into victory lane week in and week out?
Yeah, man. Thank my wife for supporting my racing habit, basically. Of letting me do this. My mom, my dad, Barrios Performance, Coleman Design, keeps these cars looking good. Hate that him and my other teammate Chris couldn't make it, but Justin was here tonight, my little brother. Chestnut Hill Restaurant, Coastal Performance, Shotgun Race Performance, BH Holmes Construction, Gibbs Brothers Construction, Parker Brothers Winter Tinton. Hope I'm not leaving anybody out. You for putting on this league and putting on this broadcast. Very fun league to race in, and it's glad to be part of it.
Yeah, glad to have you in it, Brandon. Definitely had some very good competition. You're a tough competitor every single week. No matter the track, no matter the car, you're going to be at the front of the standings. But speaking of front of the standings, next week we have one final race. I think the points championship after tonight may just be locked up. Chris Smith would have to have a hell of a run next week at Lanier, which is all possible, but things would have to go bad for you. He would have to do really good. How you feeling about your chances at Lanier?
Yeah, I think with him missing tonight, I think that should have opened it up pretty good. I feel good about Lanier. It's a rhythm track. I like to think I'm a rhythm driver. So maybe if we can get the plate invert right and start up front and just kind of maintain and just kind of be around the top 5 at the end, I think we should be okay.
Alrighty, sounds like you've got a game plan heading into there. Your game plan worked out here tonight. You got the victory. Congratulations to you, Brandon, and we wish you luck next week in the All-Star Racing League and the Lead the Pack iRacing League.
All right, Winston, appreciate it. Thanks for what you do.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Alrighty, folks, that was your race winner here tonight. Brandon Elvis will get the final results pulled up on our screen. Elvis came home with the victory. Cox came home second. Murphy third, same as last week. Nicholas Walthorn comes home fourth in his first start in the Lead the Pack iRacing League. Brad Carpenter comes home fifth after that early spin. Brad Slagle comes home sixth in the 052 machine. Ryan Hufford seventh in the 83. Tyler Smith comes home eighth in the 40 machine. Then it's Zane Bierman in the 55 back behind him. Trey Ashworth in the 8 rounds out your top 10. Then Jeremiah Woods Jr. in the 222 machine comes home in the 11th spot. Brandon Groover, making his first start here this evening, came home 12th. Justin Elvis 13th. And rounding out your field, Austin Godfrey in the 1 machine had those connection issues, unfortunately. Gonna finish shotgun on the field. But a fun race here this evening. Excited to look at the points before next week. But I think that's going to wrap it up for us here on the WD Broadcasting Network. If you guys didn't get a chance, make sure you go get a look at the mini stock race earlier on. It was definitely a improvement from last week, to say the least. But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. Had a fun time. We'll see you guys back next week on the True Sim Productions YouTube channel Monday, Tuesday, and right here on the WD Broadcasting Network on Facebook on Wednesday night. Final race for the Lead the Pack iRacing League Street Stock Showdown. Going to be exciting at Lanier. But until then, I'm your host, Winston Deal, from the WD Broadcasting Network, signing it off. We'll see you guys next week.